this is where we are. We are right here. Looks like a big pile of, what do you know? Okay, so last episode we were talking about that tree and that tree. I'm between them right now. Look at all this I cut in, guys. Look at that. All right, so we have a little S here. Just not much, just a little turn. So I could leave that tree and that tree right where they are. And now I am facing going this way. There's two, those look like poplars to me. Right there and there on your screen. Okay, I'm gonna try to leave those on the high side and cut this way, but this is pretty flat. Yeah, this is, well, it's not flat. It's just, it's not an incline. So I really just need to remove high material and put it low. And if I know a poplar tree, that's the bark of it. Let me see. Yep, that's a poplar. I just saw the leaves. So what we're doing, there's a little ribbon. Let me point at it because you probably can't see it. It's right about there on the screen. I'm going that way and I'm going to bend around this little tiny shelf here. So that's the direction I'm headed. There's nothing super huge in the way. There's one tree that's about six inches or so. That's probably the biggest tree that I've had to contend with so far. Oh no, it's a beech tree. Oh, I'd love to leave it. I don't know why, guys. I just love beech trees. I might come low right here just to avoid it. I feel like I have to. Here's the ribbon. Here's that wonderful beech tree. You know, these trees are called elephant trees too. They are extremely heavy. They're American beech. Ooh, a leopard slug. Look at that guy. He's cool. That's neat. I'm gonna clean up a little bit because this is really in my way. I'm just gonna chainsaw some of this stuff, probably get Ricky, grab with the grapple, and just kind of put it in a brush pile area. Move. Come on, move. Hey, move. Move. Good girls. Aw. Maddie, move. Right to that log. Stump bucket, hit the high side, and then flatten it out with this bucket. Maddie, move! Maddie! let me show you where I started the day, and I'll show you where I'm at right now. I came back for the grease, and I was about to change buckets back to the skeleton bucket. I've been working a lot with the stump bucket, removing trees and ripping out rocks and whatnot. So definitely the right call moving forward, and we'll address the rocks when I'm done with the rough in. Right now, I call it blazing the trail. And what I mean by that, just get the machine through, and then you could come back and, you know, polish things up. But look at that. So I started the day right here. Where's my chainsaw? Right there. I used the chainsaw for a little bit to move this brush out of the way. Here's the oak. Here's the other oak. And I'll show you everything I did today. Went over this little hump, and then I decided to go downhill. And I decided to make a right turn here because I just didn't like the terrain here. But anyway, and I really liked my beech tree here. Really pretty tree. But here we go. Look at me. Did all this. I got one rock here, but I gotta, and I hit another one right there. And I got a big one on the left here, which I might just be able to expose it and leave it. This is awesome, guys. Look behind me. Look at all that. All the way. This is really cool. I really didn't take down any major trees. I'm looking ahead and blazing through. And before I move forward, there's a oh man, it's another elm. Man, I've taken down like 4 elm trees today. I hate that when it's like, yeah, darn. But I wanted to show you the stump bucket in action. And what I've been doing, guys, I've just been like using the tip of it and just going through. It's been going great. All right, so the strategy here, there's roots, right? And there's a tap root that goes down. There's other roots off to the side. Get the machine, rip the sides. Might even just be able to pop the whole thing out, but I'm going to rip the sides first and then try to pop the tree out. And I got to grease this a little. as you can see, it makes quick work. The tree was here. But I like taking this bucket and going on the high side, and that holds a lot of material too. You could get that and just dump it on the opposite side. Also, if you have a road that's uneven like this and you want to even it out, you can take this bucket and cut that high side and get the nice skinny cut in there, and then your track would have a place to level out that road. Put a bigger bucket after that on there, like the skeleton bucket, and just rip everything out. So greased, they're like falling down. Okay, lock them in. Good. Must have been a locust tree. All right, guys, got to show you something pretty amazing. Let's go for a ride. Got Willie here. Oh. All right. Maddie, I'm going this way, honey. Stuff might be in the way here. at that. That's the trail. Here's the trail. Let's keep going. Forget it. Let's go. Alright, I don't think I can get over that. Look at that, guys. There's my house site right there. So yesterday, yeah, let's turn this off a second. So yesterday I worked till about 7 o'clock at night. It was about a 11 or 10-hour day on the machine. And this is the trail I was speaking of. Okay, there's the family tree right there. Man, it feels good. This is the first time we could get all of the machines, including this machine, the tractor, and the skid steer up to the house site. So that's a big accomplishment. Even had a scotch last night, so that's rare. As a celebration, you know? Hey, Maddie. All right, I don't know where Carmen is. Carmen ditched me. Well, she just didn't come. She was laying down inside. So guys, we are here. Now that's just, that's not my completed road, that's just the trail. I'm gonna call that, we finished trailblazing. Now I gotta go back with the machines and do a couple areas. A couple areas need some attention, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything. Let me take you back down there and show you what's ahead and what I'll try to accomplish this week. Oh wow, those are 2 dead ash trees. Look at those ash trees. Man. You got the twins dead right there. I'm really tempted to use this for our flooring, guys. These ash trees. And I know they're dead, but they last a long time dead. And they're white ash, and they're really pretty. Nice wood if you could find straight ones. So, I wanted to talk about this here. This is especially one that looks like this. This, you would think is ginseng. Looks very similar to ginseng. And they are everywhere on my property, and every time you're in the woods and you see something, like without these leaves, you see something like that, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I found some ginseng. It's not, it's yellow buckeye. But they grow just like ginseng, and you know, these leaves are a little bit bigger what ginseng is. A way to distinguish the two apart, number one, sometimes these grow, like if you didn't have these 2 leaves right here, sometimes they all grow from the same section, which would indicate that it is ginseng. But ginseng doesn't have this woody trunk, and buckeye does. But this definitely is buckeye. These leaves on ginseng plant would be at least a half, maybe even 1/3, and then it would start growing something here for its red berries. It's a white flower, then it ends in berries. See, here's another one. Isn't that interesting? So, like even this here, well, that's a Virginia creeper. But there's just so many lookalikes of ginseng in the woods. All right, what am I gonna do? So Bryce asked me about the family tree. All right, Bryce, let's take a closer look, my friend. Let's see. My first suspicion, see those leaves are so high up there. Okay, there's, I mean, you got your trunk and the branch goes all the way up to there, and from what I see here, this is actually an ash tree. It's either an ash or a gigantic elm. I'm gonna really have to, no, the leaves are multiple leaflets. Like, it's just, I really gotta get the drone up there, or, okay, there's some leaves right here. Bryce, I'll let you know. I'm thinking if that's on part of that tree, that's an elm tree. Okay, I see a couple little shoots like right here and right there, and it's still about 25 feet up. It looks like elm to me. Wow, that's an enormous elm tree. I mean, here you go, guys. Okay, that's a big tree. All right, let's go back down, and I'll get the machines fired up and I'll show you what's going on.
So, you know, it's quick and fun digging in a road. You know, it's not quick and fun. The cleaning up part. Oh, we have branches and sticks and trees and well, down here actually looks pretty good because we already did that section, but we're trying to pick everything up. Maddie's not helping much.
Look at the inside of a redbud.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa. Ouch.
We cut all these up.
All right, I'm showing our viewers our mess.
Yeah, tell them the strategy.
This is the before shot. Look, there's a random spring. It's all wet there. We have one of those in the road that we live on too. You drive by it all the time, it's wet. And the butterflies love it. So all these trees, we're gonna chain them up and pull them out and clean up this area. So it's not so terrible looking. And any trees that these ones are leaning on, we can get the weight off of them so they can bounce back. Because I'm sure they don't like all that weight on them. But yeah, wow. It's amazing what John did in such a short amount of time. Unfortunately, he made a mess in the process, but we'll get it all cleaned up. We'll get there.
Now I'm gonna process this. I know they're small trees, but this is great firewood size and it's hardwood. It's elm and oak. I don't know if beech is any good, but I'll try it. Probably take a long time to dry actually. Okay, so I gotta use this little chainsaw. Oh. But you know what? This thing is kind of great. My other chainsaw, the Craftsman, the pulling recoil thing, the gear is all kind of stripped. So I gotta order a new one. In the meantime, I'm just gonna be moving forward with this electric one. This is great just to have in the tractor or have in the back of Willie. It's just instant, you know, no start, no fuel, no nothing. Well, a little oil, but battery's kind of a pain in the butt. But this is very handy for like a little trail thing. You know, you got some little maintenance to do, some a little tree like this comes down, you can process it right away with this. So. See this mess I'm making? Like, I don't want to do this after the road is all done, and I'm not going to leave this garbage just laying around, all these trees. It's kind of just a sad sight. So I want to get rid of these trees, and this is the biggest section. This is the biggest mess. So that's the plan. That's why I'm doing it. It's just, you know, turning around on the road and ripping it apart. And so now I could just do this, get rid of the big bulky mess, and then start the final grading and then the stone. But we got a couple more trees here to do. So I'll be doing this for a bit. It's a hot one today, guys. I'm in the woods too. I almost don't even want to go back to the camper because it's so hot down there, which is a reason that we're building at the top. And I've said this before on the channel, but I'll say it again for those of you that kind of just came on board. The reason we're building on top of the house site, well, number one, it's our property. That's what we want to do, okay, first and foremost. Meg wants it, I want it, no arguments there, so that's what we're doing. But the other thing, I know our property, it has two mountaintops, and one of them is more flat than the other, but our house site is up there. Whenever we go up there, it's not windy at all. Not windy, not colder by any means. We're down kind of like in a valley. There's a mountain top here and it goes down and it quickly goes up again, and it's almost like there's a wind tunnel right between. So it's either in the winter very windy down there because it's just whipping through like a tunnel, or in the summer it's just really hot. It's very arid down there. It just doesn't move much in the summer, because if I go down there right now I'm gonna be so sweaty and hot. But up here in the woods it's just nice and shady and it's just still as can be. A lot of wildlife around you, so that's the reason we are building it up there. Plus it's just the furthest place from the road that we could get to. So we're gonna be even more isolated. We had a viewer say, hey guys, what's up with your mushrooms? Well, let me go show you. Remember the mushroom patch that we started? Now, this area looked different, but I put up a bunch of rocks over here for, I don't know, I just set them aside. We'll use them for something. So I got a bunch of sandstone here, and this came out next to the barn. And then there's some limestone chunks over there that are pretty cool. So this probably looks way different to you guys. Let me get out of the sun. I just laid down this telephone pole as like a little bridge because I had nowhere to put it really. Let me walk over it and try not to fall. Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right, check it out, guys. So that's my mushrooms, and like I was saying, it's shady. Okay, when I put this here at first, it was winter and there were no leaves anywhere. Now this is just covered and it's mostly shade. But we got a bunch of polypers like this. Not very useful. We got a few turkey tails, I think, started, and see, unfortunately, this log is all polypers too. Polypers are just kind of like white mushrooms, not very useful. But holy cow, they got bigger! Look at that. So we got some desirable oyster mushrooms coming right here. And I saw these yesterday, and they were not this big. They were about 1/3 of that size yesterday. So I'm going to just double check these are oysters and harvest some probably tomorrow. And I'm looking on this log. If you look right there in the screen, there's more growing back in there. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just double check these are oysters. My buddy Jim is in town. He doesn't live here permanently, but Mushroom Jim, he's here. I might bring him by to take a look for me, just to double check, because it's been a while since I saw some oysters. So he'll probably be really excited and tell me probably what these other ones are. So I sent Jim mental waves, and he came up. Jim does a lot of mountain biking, and he just rode up on his mountain bike. Remember Jim? Say hey, Jim. All right, Jim, right there.
Oh yeah. Those are definitely oyster mushrooms. Those are nice.
So it's not uncommon for them to be, let's see.
Well, that's a really bad looking one, but they're usually, these have been eaten by slugs most likely, so.
Oh, the gills?
Yeah, they've been chopping on them too.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you have a lot of.
I got a lot of different stuff going on here.
Yeah. And some Zitis, which is your common, that is Yeah, that is probably lenzites or not turkey tail.
No.
Not turkey tail, of course. So various other things. So
These are just polyper, or those
could
are
be-
actually gotten some lines going on in there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell at this stage, but
Right.
they look very much like their tooth. So
Okay.
they have a toothed underside. So
Ooh, I didn't notice that. Let me
that.
see. So they don't have gills. They have like little.
Yeah, it's considered a polypore, but it's a tooth.
Okay.
So
Kind of useless, but still a mushroom.
Mhm.
There's your lichen. I didn't even notice that.
yeah, that's some isnia of some sort.
Cool.
But what you doing, puppers?
This is Puppers. This is Jim's dog. Puppers is cool. She comes over with Carmen and Maddie.
We're gonna have a lot of different types of mushrooms on here.
Yeah.
Got so many different species. It's kind of hard to.
So being that these were poplars, the trees, there's a specific type of oyster mushroom that is P. populi. I forgot the name of it,
Yeah.
but some of them grow.
Yeah, there's one on the back that looks really nice, and when those get bigger, they'll look a lot more
Okay.
round and smooth.
I was just gonna let these go, and I got some growing right here too. There's a few other ones. So okay, before we harvested later on in the season, I wanted Jim to check them and make sure my suspicion was correct. And yeah, we definitely got poplar, or definitely got oysters. Cool. Thanks, Jim.
Yep.
And-
Keep in mind,
Mhm.
there's 150,000 plus and growing mushroom species.
Wow.
And they're all mutating from each other, and they're all interacting with their environment all the time. So they're always mutating, and there are always new varieties popping up. And that's why it's so hard to identify mushrooms, because there's just such a multitude. They outnumber the plant kingdom like 1 to, I don't know, 10 or something like that. So
No kidding.
yeah, fungi is one of the oldest kinds of life on Earth, and it's had plenty of time to adapt and change, and so, you know.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
Learn something new every day. Guys, wanted to show you something cool. My friend Jim, Mushroom Jim we'll call him on our channel. He gave me this log. Well, I gave him this log, and then he put mushrooms into the log, and now I'm gonna stand it up like a post. So Jim put reishi mushrooms in here for me, plugged it, as you call it. And what that means is basically there's spores that you can get as plugs, and he did it in a number of places along the side, like right here. Here's another one. So he drilled these in, and this is a relatively fresh log. Here's another one. So he puts these spores in, and then he waxed over them, and then the top, he waxed the top here, and he instructed me to bury this log from about here to here. That's what I'm gonna do over here. So the top is waxed, all the plugs are waxed, the bottom is not. And I'm thinking that the log still grabs the moisture it needs. I don't know. If I have a chance to get Jim here and tell you how that works, I'll let you know. When I was clearing the driveway, the new section of the driveway, I had a bunch of trees about this size to come down. This I think is a hickory or an oak, I'm not sure. it's hard to tell, but Jim got all excited. He came over with his chainsaw and we loaded up the whole skid steer with a giant pile of this stuff. And he took it back to his place and he created a whole row of these vertical posts, like all in one shady section. Looks really cool. But, so that's that. It should take maybe 2 months. I'll definitely keep you posted and let you know how this guy goes. And then maybe by then I'll be educated on some reishi and see what kind of health benefits they give you. Wow, well, it doesn't take long for this workbench to get messy. I just cleaned it off and now it's, well, this again. All right, so I got to tighten up the chain a little bit here. No big deal, just it's a little loose. But I did want to mention the whole point of this little video segment is this right here. I got an Oregon M78 and that's a speed cut. I am absolutely loving this chain. It really goes through things like butter. There is risk of a kickback, but if any chainsaw people out there, if you want to try the speed cut, I highly recommend that. I'm gonna get this thing loosened up. Whoop, that's not even right. Hold on. Okay, let's see. This will go quicker. And then I want to show you what I'm actually doing here. Chain is just a little loose after some working. So I was in the woods. That's better. I was in the woods and I'll show you something broke on the chainsaw and I ordered a new part. That's much better. All right. See the pull start recoil? I think it's called a pull start recoil assembly. So it's this thing on the outside. So usually there's a cover here, right? And you got your pull cord here. And the pull cord is attached to all this. Now there's a gear. This is a hunk of junk. It's just a plastic gear that is supposed to turn counterclockwise when you pull the cord, and that cranks the engine. And then I think once the engine gets spinning, these things centrifugally get out of the way like that. So anyway, this thing is stripped. So regardless of what I do or how I set it, this thing is made out of plastic and it's just kind of junky. I had to order a replacement one. So not only this is replaced, but the whole assembly of this and the spring coil and all that stuff. You see the spring coil sits in this thing. So I got a whole bunch of mess here, but I want to continue working. And that's a problem because now I can't start the saw. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to cut a hole right there and give me an access point to that right there. Now, this is just for demonstration. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Change my bit here. I'm going to take my 12mm socket, put it on a drill, and just in the meantime, I'm going to have a electric start for this chainsaw. You know, brought to you by DeWalt. So, let's see what it does here. I'm going to unlock the chain. I'm going to turn the kill on. I'm not even going to choke it. I'm going to prime it just to give it a little fuel. And then in reverse, I'm really going to... Actually, let's switch hands. I got my right hand on the safety, give it a little fuel, and watch this. Now, that's spinning, and I don't want to be anywhere near that. So what I'm going to do, just for safety, is get this thing on there. I might even need an extension for this socket, which I have. But it'll give me a little hole to put through here so that I could access that nut. Cool? Let's do it. Okay. Wait till Meg sees this. She's going to think I'm nuts. Oh! Hey, Meg.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Nothing? Say hey to Meg, guys. I just said, wait till Meg sees this. She's going to think I'm nuts. All right, so Meg, I ordered a new one of these,
Yeah.
and this whole stuff is being replaced because the gear is all stripped, so it's not making contact. Basically, it turns. This is basically a manual starter. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put this bit on here and just wing it with my drill. But in order to be safe, I'm gonna still use this cover. It's just not gonna have a pull cord. I'm gonna have a hole right there, so I could get this in there to start it until the new part arrives.
How long until the new part arrives?
I don't know. It's coming from Sears, and all right, that gives me a mark on that side. All right, Meg did not object, so I think we're golden, guys. Right, Meg? You didn't object, but you didn't approve, she says. All right, this 3/4 bit. Let's do a little fit here. Make sure that... That's sweet. And... Alright, that'll hold me over a few days until the other part comes. So, sweet, I could get back to work in the woods now. Alright, here we are, guys. I took a bunch of the trees. This is the biggest one right here. This is nice oak. We're going to process this over firewood, but I dragged these out of the upper part of the trail that we just cut in. Meg is going at it. Meg, what do you got there?
My chainsaw.
Your chainsaw, but what's special about it?
New chain.
New chain. Alright, well, why don't you cut off this little piece right here on the edge. Let's see how it works.
Like butter.
Yeah. We got an Oregon advanced cut 14-inch for that little guy, and yeah, I know Meg was gonna like that. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna process these down. So we have a pile of stuff over there, and we're gonna cut a lot of firewood here, and the kids are up there just getting settled in with their little play area, but they're gonna be helping us out big time. All right, you ready? Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Whoop. That was weird.
All right. Good job. Right. Autumn. There you go. Good job. Girls, listen.
That girl.
Yeah, Clara. Yeah, girl.
That's a big one. All right, we got a big machine for that, right? Okay, you're cool. Here, buddy. Grab that end. I'll grab this end. Grab that end. Ready? Watch your face. Watch your face. Good job, Clara. Good job. Too bad. We saved the big trees, Claire, the mother trees, so. Good job, Autumn. Good move. Wow. It's going quick with all these helpers, Mom.
No, how about that?
This is great.
I'm gonna get that. I'll get it.
Awesome. Got a lot more. Good job, Autumn.
Daddy.
Yeah!
Wait to give me my stick.
Look who's driving the skid steer. Wake up. Good job. Just stay right in the trail. Forget the trees next to you. That'll just helps our trail out. Nice job, Clara. Just blaze through all that stuff. We're a tank. Don't have to worry about it. Just go. Nice work. Set it down. I'm going to use my foot to open up the claw. You're doing great, Clara. What's your idea? Take the chain and do what?
Well, you have all these sticks and stuff,
Yeah.
and I think that if you like find the stick that's on the bottom and throw a chain around it, and then kind of try to pull it all up.
Kind of like bundle it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in a chain bundle and then pull the whole thing.
Beauty and brains, people. I'm just an idiot on a machine.
Let's see if it works first.
We just grabbed that stuff out of here, a couple trees, and then Meg had this idea. So right beyond there is pretty straightened up. This tree has just so many vines on it. There's an oak tree here, which is cool. It's got some kudzu growing on it too. Stuff is gnarly. According to Mushroom Jim, kudzu is just, he says when the world goes to hell, everybody's gonna start eating kudzu. Because there's so much of it and it's pretty nutritious. I haven't eaten any kudzu. Here's some. I don't know.
Do it, John.
I'm not gonna do that. It's got mud all over it. Oh, I thought you were going for like the big thick spot here. Let's do it. Come on. Want me to throw
I'm
it?
gonna do right here. Get all of this.
All right, let's try it, Meg.
All right, I got it around this bunch.
All right, I'm gonna turn around, and Meg's idea is to put this and then reverse that way and pull all this stuff out. I'm gonna try to do that, so let's get situated.
I'd say that worked pretty brilliantly.
How'd that go? Good?
It's awesome.
Manageable. We'll get this done. This is
Yeah.
small stuff. This is all just getting cut up, and we're gonna throw it on the compost pile. We're probably gonna leave you at that for this week because I'll come back. So next week we'll start off by just showing you how everything's cleaned up all the way to the house site, and I'm gonna work on getting it kind of graded and widened out a little bit. So trailblazing's done. We're gonna finish cleaning up. We're gonna go get some watermelon to quench our thirst, and I'm gonna get back out here. I didn't. This was a natural ledge. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? Your package with Cushman Turf Truckster. Sweet! Our Truckster e-brake has arrived, Meg.
Yay. Our love-hate relationship with Willie.
Yeah, Willie's being a pain.